Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this opportunity, I would like to explain about from data to deen, bridging statistical concepts with Quranic and prophetic values. Correlation studies. Correlations does not imply causations. Just because two things are related doesn't mean one cause to the other. The strengths and directions of relationships are measured by the correlation coefficients using R, which range from -1 to +1. +1 is perfect positive correlation when one increase and the other decrease. 0 is no correlation. -1 is perfect negative correlation when one increase and the other decrease. The example, like a study finds a positive correlations between students' study time and test scores. Second, a negative correlation might be found between screen time and sleep quality. And based on Quran, Islam encourages seeing knowledge and understanding pattern in nature and behavior. Correlational studies aligns with this goal by helping us observe relationships that can inform wiser decisions. Like in Quran Surah Ar-Rum, ayat 21. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wa min ayatihi an khalaqalakum min anfusikum azwaja litaskunu ilaiha wa ja'ala bainakum mawaddatan wa rahmah. Inna fi dzalika laayatil liqaumin yatafakkarun. Indeed, in that are signs for a people who give thought. Quran Surah Ar-Rum ayat 21. Second, t-test. T-test is when we have two groups, like example, males and females, control versus treatment. So when you want to compare their average scores or some things like test scores, height, anxiety level, types, there are 3 independent t-tests, pair t-tests, and one sample test. The first independent sample t-test is compares the means of two different groups. The example like comparing math test scores of male and female students. Second, pair sample t-test is compares the means of the same group or two different times, like comparing a student's anxiety level before and after counseling. The third one sample t-test compares the mean of single groups to known value or population's mean. These are the form, and based on Quran, Surah Hud, ayah 84 to 85, Islam values fair and accurate measurement. Do not reduce the measure or the balance. Indeed, I see you in prosperity. This ayah support that measurement and comparison like t-test should be done fairly, truthfully, and with justice. The next is test bias and differential item functioning, how to assess DIF. What is test bias? Test bias occurs when a test on very advantageous or disadvantageous a certain group of people, not because of actual differences in ability or knowledge, but due to the way the test is constructed. The example like, if a math test uses word problems based on skills, which might be unfamiliar to students in tropical countries, students might score lower, not because they lack math skills, but because they don't understand the context. The next types, there are 3: construct bias, method bias, and item bias. Construct bias is the test doesn't measure the same psychological trait across groups, and method bias differences in administration, language, or familiarity with the format. The third, item bias specific questions are easier or harder for one group unrelated to the ability being measured. The next, how to assess DIR. The first, Mantel-Hansel MH method compares the odds of answering an item correctly between focal and reference group. So common in standardized testing and best for uh, especially in large scale testing. Second, logistic regression. Use a regression model to see if group membership predicts item response. And flexible works for both dichotomous and Python items. The third is item response theory or IRT approach. It compares item characteristic curves across group and more advanced and prices, especially for high stakes exams. And based on Quran, Surah An-Nisa and Al-Maidah, Islam emphasizes justice, fairness, and equity in all aspects of life. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Inna allaha ya'murukum an tu'addul amanati ila ahliha wa idha hakamtum bainan nasi an tahkumu bil adl. Inna allaha ni'i Inna allaha ni'imma yu'idhukum bih. Inna allaha kana sami'an basira. Quran Nisa, Quran Surah An-Nisa, Al-Ayah 80, uh, eh, sorry, 58. Indeed, Allah commands you to render trust to whom they are due, and when you judge between people, to judge with justice. And Al-Maidah, Ayah 8, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ya ayyuhalladzina amanu kunu qawwamina lillahi syuhada bil qist. Wala yajrimannakum syananu qaumin ala alla ta'dilu. Ya'dilu huwa aqrabu littaqwa. Wattaqullah innallaha khabirum bima ta'malun. The meaning is, do not let hatred of a people prevent you from being just. Be just, that is nearer to pity. Al-Maidah, Ayah 8. The next is validity. Validity refers to the extent to which a test or measurement tool measures what it is intended to measure. In the other words, if a test is supposed to measure intelligence, then it's valid only if it truly measures intelligence, not something else like memory or educational level. There are four types of validity. The first is content validity. Example like a math test should include all relevant topic, not just addition. Second, construct validity. Example, a depression scales should measure emotional state, not physical illness. Third, criterion-related validity. A college entrance test should predict academic performance. The fourth, face validity, not technical but perception-based. And why is validity important? Ensures accuracy of interpretations. Second, help in making fair decisions. Third, critical in research, psychology, educational, health, and etc. Like in Quran, said Surah Ar-Rahman, ayah 9, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wa aqimul wazna bil qisti wa la tukhsirul mizan. And the meaning is, and establish weight in justice and do not make divisions in the balance. The next is reliability, Cronenberg alpha, and iterator reliability. Reliability refers to the consistency or stability of measurement or test over time. A reliable test gives similar results under consistent conditions. There are two types, Crossburns alpha, internal consistency. It measures how well the items in a test measure the same construct. So the scores range from 0 to 1 is if more than 0.7 is considered acceptable, if more than 0.8 is good, and if more than 0.9 is excellent. And the example is in a questionnaire measuring anxiety, all items or questions should relate to anxiety. Cronenberg alpha tell us if the items are consistent with one another. And second, iterator reliability is measures the degree of agreement between two or more raters or observers. Second, important when human judgment is involved, such as in interviews, essays, or behavioral observation. The example, two teachers grading the same student's essay should give similar score. If their ratings are very different, the reliability is low. And why is reliability is important? Because to ensure the test is dependable and repeatable and supports valid conclusions, and without reliability, result might be random or biased. And as in Quran, Islam values accuracy, trustworthiness, and consistency in words and actions. Reliability in measurements mirror these values. Like in Quran Surah An-Nisa al-ayah 135. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ya ayyuhalladzina amanu kunu qawwamina bil qisti syuhada alillahi walau ala anfusikum awil walidaini wal aqrabin. Iyakun ghaniyan fakiro au fakiro wallahu awla bihima wala tattabi'ul hawa anta dilu wa antalhu aw tu'ridu fa innallaha kana bima ta'maluna khabira. The meaning is, you who have believed, be persistently standing firm in justice. Okay, thank you. And the conclusions of these presentations. Correlation studies help explore the strengths and directions of relationship between variable and t-tests determine whether the means of two groups are statistically different, and test bias and DIF ensure that this item function equally across diverse groups. DIF detections method like Mantel-Hansel, logistic regressions, and IRT uphold fairness. The fourth, validity ensures that a test measures what it is intended to measure. And reliability, including Cronenberg alpha and iterator reliability, access the consistency and trustworthiness of test result. I think it's my explanations. Thank you for the attention. I'm so sorry if there are many mistakes from me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.